Hey, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rianne, and we're the co-founders of Impact Business Space because we want you to succeed in social impact business.
And that's why we created this video for you today. So enjoy.
Enjoy!
Hey, so one of the most common things I run into as I work with social impact entrepreneurs all over the world, this is probably one of the most common things I hear, is social impact entrepreneurs saying, I'd love to build this impactful business, but I just don't feel like I have enough time or money to make it happen. I don't feel like I have the investor I need, the loan I need, the whatever, related to dollars and time to get it started. Well, stay tuned in this video, and I'm going to talk to you about how to use raw goods to get started much more rapidly than you ever thought possible. And I'll be using a case study here with somebody who did just that. So let's go ahead and dive right in and talk about this whole idea. Now, to do this, like I said, I always like not just teaching you, but showing you different things. So you can see that I'm in a pretty unique place. I'm in this warehouse with all these funky campers all around. Yeah, let's get a quick pan of what's going on here. So you can see all these funky campers. Well, each one of these campers, this is actually a hostel. So each one of these campers are actually for rent. This is essentially a hotel. It's in the middle of Bonn, Germany, which is a really interesting place. But anyway, those are all kind of funky, quirky hotel rooms. Imagine that. Now, why would I tell you about this? Well, I want to bring you right in here to highlight what's going to be my first point. I'll have three things I'll walk you through on this video today. And the first thing I'm going to walk you through is this idea of raw goods. So raw goods are something that you can use. It's a mindset thing that you can have in place when you think about how to start for far less time or money than you ever thought possible. And what that means is you ask yourself, what are the raw goods that you actually have right at your fingertips that you can mold together to get your business started very quickly? Now, when you back your thinking up and start thinking in that way, asking yourself about raw goods, instead of asking yourself, how can I get an investor, or how can I get a loan, or how can I get this cash, or how can I get this building? If instead of asking yourself those questions, you ask yourself, what are the raw goods I have right at my fingertips that will help me get started? It can transform your whole world. And for example, here, this place started, this guy was just a camper collector, right? He had some campers collected in a place. And then all of a sudden he decided, hey, those are some raw goods I have. Let's go ahead and get something started with those, right? Bit by bit, and grow it with something I already have. Okay, so think about the raw goods that you have that you can get access to. Now, point two that I want to talk you through is not only when you shift your mindset around raw goods, is that a good idea in terms of speed and effectiveness of your business, but remember, we've talked about this on some other videos, the fundamental ingredients of any business, what are they? They're a person who has a problem or a transformation that they desire in their lives, and a business that has a solution to it. Right? Now, for us in social impact business, we have this additional layer. We have this community of service that we want to impact. But the fundamentals are the same for us, essentially. We just have that third ingredient. So in this case, people with a challenge, or really an experience or transformation they wanted, right? They wanted a unique, special place to stay, okay? And then this business resolved that problem as quickly as they could with some campers that they had just hanging around. So that's what I'm talking about when you talk about raw goods and thinking about the problems or transformation that your target community wants, and how quickly can you get something to them. It doesn't have to be the perfect version, doesn't have to be all built out. In fact, you'll be better if you keep it simple so that you can test and get to know your community and understand their challenges. For example, here, if he had just started with a few campers, right, in just a simple space, tested it out, got to know his clientele, figured out what they wanted, he can then build in a way that matches up with them. So that's what I'm talking about when you talk about the fundamentals of any business. Now, point three, and this is an interesting one, is think about the things that you'll learn when you get started that much faster. Think about the things you'll learn when you start with raw goods, when you start with things that you have right at your fingertips. Okay, when you create the most simple version of your product that you can, what are some cool things that you might learn? I'll give you an example from my wife and my hostel in Kansas City. Right now, and for the last several years, our pet cat has been one of the most popular features of the hostel, right? He's our ambassador of happiness. He's key to our brand because he's super friendly. People love him, leave all kinds of reviews for him. But that came about pretty accidentally because we decided to start the hostel in a raw good, a space that we had where our cat, Walter, just so happened to live. Now, you think if we'd gone out and got a big loan and a big building and stuff like that, you think Walter would have factored into our marketing plan? No. But we discovered him accidentally, and he became a huge part of our business and a huge part of our brand. So what are the accidents? What are the things that you could learn, that you could discover when you don't let this fear around time and money bog you down and you think about the raw goods that will help you get in front of your community of customers much more rapidly than you ever thought possible. So that's what we're talking about here. 3 points I ran through, just running through it again. Raw goods, think about the raw goods you have. Think about the fundamentals of any business. Customer with a problem or transformation they want, business that has a solution to it. Us in social impact business, we have the impact we're weaving over that. The last thing, think about what you could learn. What are the creative accidents that you could discover if you start that much more rapidly with raw goods? Now, we've created a worksheet to help you out, and this worksheet will help you take inventory, take stock of the raw goods that you have right at your fingertips and think about how you can start using them, because I'm convinced you've got some raw goods. And if we'll start getting you thinking outside the box, we'll get you working on it. So take the time, download that worksheet right below and take stock of the raw goods you have so you can start much more rapidly than you ever thought possible.